hello, you dirty potters. How are you today? Listen, before we get this started, I just want to say I'm incredibly sorry for the list. Okay, I know you're angry. But the way I've decided the Dirty Potter Challenge goes from now on is at the beginning of the year, or near the beginning of the year, which has also already passed, I'm going to issue a challenge, and at the end of the year, we're going to close it out. So you will technically have a full year for everyone to jump on. Mainly because the people who are really loyal to the channel will jump on it right away and get it done. But I extended it just because the first challenge was like during the big sickness time, you know what I mean? So people couldn't get to their studios, and not everybody owns a big old bad boy kiln like I do. So people had trouble getting their stuff into the challenge. And then I have people who figure out the challenge way after I post it. So there's people who are messaging me from like a month ago going, I was gonna enter it, but it's kind of, isn't it a little late now? No, it's not a little late now because I'm actually super late on this anyway. So I'm going to give you guys a full year to figure it out from this point on. That being said, this video is going to be the entries and winner of the Dirty Potter Challenge number 5. For anyone who doesn't know what the Dirty Potter Challenge is, or you're new to this, from now, year, I challenge my community to make a shape that I want them to make. I want you to be creative. I give you certain variables, certain constraints. Sometimes I say no slip casting, yes slip casting. Sometimes it's really hard, sometimes it's really easy. And at the end of the year, I take all the social media posts that have the specific tag on them. This time it was Dirty Potter Challenge #5, and I put them together in a video. This lets people get a shout out for their artwork. I shout out your Instagram, your name, your work, and we also get some really good content out of it. This time, I challenged my community to make a carafe. A carafe is it's a pitcher without a handle. My wonderful editor has put together 11 entries, and we are going to go through all of them right now in order. With that being said, let's begin the review. Entry number 1 is 3T_wood_designs on Instagram. Let's take a look at this. Okay, that's a picture of a mug. That's not what I asked for. There we go. Okay, carafe. Carafe-like, I'd say. Did you give me a fully fired product? You know, it's really relieving to know that at least you have some combinations in your arsenal. And I sincerely mean that. I don't mean that as like a dig, like, well, at least you have that. I mean it in a serious way. So many people are trying so many different glazes that they never truly expand themselves or keep trying to figure out combinations that go with their glazes. I have enough experience to kind of know what glazes go with what based on what I call the families of glazes. So for example, Lynette's Opal is like a really good combination glaze for everything. You can mix that with dang near anything and you'd be okay. So is my Lumos glaze. That's one of those glazes that you can mix with darker glazes and be okay. It really speaks to me whenever people make something that is drippy like this on purpose, because some people spend a good portion of their career in the ceramic art world trying to figure out just how to make drippy glazes, when the entire thing is like, you just kind of overfired a glaze and you put it near the top so that it can run a little bit, and that's kind of it. But I think so many people overthink it that they don't know that you can just kind of slop extra glaze on the top and be okay. Thank you, 3T Wood. I appreciate that. Moving on to number 2. Okay, so we have a ringer going on here. God, that's good. That's so good. You have fantastic line work, Chris. Fantastic line work. You might have taped things on and then, okay, I finally reached the picture where you taped stuff on. It looks like you taped stuff on and then maybe glazed it or dipped it. I could be wrong, but really beautiful, beautiful line work. Top tier. And here we have a video of it spitting. Yeah, that's pretty good. I feel a little bit bad whenever somebody who's clearly really experienced with design in general is like, I also can do the skill that I took from design and apply it to pots. It's like when you give somebody underglaze who's been painting for 10 years, like doing watercolors, they don't make great pots, but they know. They know immediately. On to number 3, Flash Raven Studios on Instagram. Let's check out number 1 here. Ooh, oh, is that? I can't tell if that's a flower or a biblically accurate angel. I can't tell. Again, fantastic glaze work. It shows that you really understood that if you put glaze at a certain space and you kind of make a path for it to go down to their carving, that it would go down those paths, because oftentimes for those of you who are looking for a drippy aesthetic, a lot of you, and I don't mean to simplify your glazing techniques whatsoever, I want to make this very clear, but I meet a lot of people who love the drippy aesthetic, but they don't really understand that it's hard to get that with super stable glazes and without overlayering. So they'll just put like little dots on specific spaces hoping that it'll run, but it's a super stable glaze. It looks like you're using some type of floating blue, and traditionally them things got the boron in them. But it looks like either you knew that or you put a runnier glaze on top. You're just layering a lot, right? I love that you put pictures of the height. It's almost 8.5 inches. That's fantastic. Thank you for putting the height up there. I appreciate that. Fantastic entry. Thank you very much for that. You know, in between the previous one and that one, it's gonna be kind of hard. Next time you guys enter, can one of you like be really, really good and the rest of you be like subpar so that I could make it easier? I don't like when all of you are good. Entry number 4, oh my God, this guy again. This is from Handmade Curiosities on Instagram. For those of you who remember this person, I believe they do some type of casting and they might work in a team if I remember, but they are truly phenomenal at making these monster-like aesthetics into everyday items. Truly a work of art. The thing is that they specifically deal in monster aesthetics, right? And so every time they make an entry, which I think to this date has been 2 or 3 times of the 5 30 Potter challenges, it always looks...
Do you want to be my new Pokemon master?
Oh no, I want nothing to do with you.
Handmade Curiosities, I don't even think you want to enter the Dirty Potter Challenge. I think that you enter this contest knowing that I'm gonna have to look at your entry because you don't want me to sleep tonight. That's what I think. What is it even? Oh my God. But I can't ignore it because I'm too much of a ceramophile to like deny it because it's too good of work to say that I dislike it, but it clearly is purposefully disturbing. Yep, okay, so the mouth is on the top, the ear's on the side. This is how I know you're doing this on purpose to me. On the back is a nipple. The nipple is on the back of the item. Unfortunately, I don't think I remember saying that you have to glaze the item fully in order for it to be finished. I can't remember whether editor, I don't know.
That's my boy.
If I did or not, but I do not see a glazed product, unfortunately. But that was a really good entry, even though it was actual nightmare fuel. On to number 5, J. Patterson Pottery on Instagram. J. Patterson Pottery, this is nice, although I do not see any carafes. I see what would be a Seth Rogen type cigarette holder and a cup. Unfortunately, as I'm going through your pictures here, I do not see anything carafe shaped. So we're going to move past this. And I know this sounds mean. If you don't follow the challenge, or if I say like make a carafe and you make a bowl, I'm gonna be like, okay, well that wasn't the challenge. That's not the homework, my love. Let's go to entry number 6, which is Pat's Pot Page on Instagram. First picture, very nice. Very, very nice. This looks like one of those wine bottle things. I myself am a fan of the undercut stain very deep. Many of you know that a lot of my dragon, let me see if I have one. A lot of my wine tumbler cups and a lot of my dragon scale mugs have this type of like undercut to them. Don't look at that. They have this kind of undercut to them, right? And I think it just feels really good in the hand. It cups here, you can hold it very well in your hand. It has kind of a progressive curve to it, and I really like that. So I see that on a lot of your stuff here. Your handles have potential, a lot of potential. Beautiful pink. Beautiful tin chrome pink. I see that you're trying to make goblets. They suck to make, don't they? They suck to make. Ooh, that's good. That's a strong contender. I do like that right there. I'm on the last picture now, and that looks fantastic. The pink in the middle is really good. What are you using for a liner glaze? I feel like I'm familiar with that glaze. My pottery senses are tingling. Let's go on to entry number 7, which is Rockwood Studios on Instagram. Most of these entries are from Instagram, but that's mainly because it's where I live. Of course, I go to Facebook at least once every couple of days to post on my fan page. The link will be down below to that, but the majority of the time I live on Instagram. Let's look at the video here. Really nice, really, really nice. The intricate pedal designs are getting me. They're getting me hard. No, I don't mean like that. I mean like they're getting me. I like them. And we have 4 pictures of the finished product here. Let's look at the first. Oh, with the little specks. It looks like you understand the inlay technique very well. It looks like you put some type of stain on the inside and then you wiped it away. I can see white marks, so it looks like you wiped it away at some point. Really good. Really, I'm very happy with this. Yes. Yes. The 2 things that really stand out to me here are the intricate pedal design. I don't know if you carved those in or if they're applied and smoothed out. I think they're carved. And the fact that you put stuff inside of a texture and wiped it away and laid the glaze or whatever you used into the texture using the inlay technique. Fantastic. Fantastic use of texture, honestly. Truly, keep doing that, please. I do think if I were to give a bit of a critique that you could make the balls a little bit smaller to make the piece look a little more elegant, but that That's just me offhandedly kind of, I like your piece too much. That is what's going on, so I'm giving it a bit of critique, which is not what you signed up for. I apologize terribly. But you know, a bit smaller on the balls, I think you would have something a bit more elegant. Let's look at entry number 8, which is Roycroft Ron on Instagram. We have a video right here, which is great. I love when you guys post videos and tag me in them on Instagram. As long as it has a purpose. Sometimes I get people tagging me on Instagram and has nothing to do with me whatsoever. Throw in the piece, fantastic. Making the carafe, I see it, I see it. Let's move on to the final product picture. The dragon scale mugs. The dragon scale mugs are quite good. Very good. It looks like you're experimenting with dragon scale mugs. I'm pretty happy with that. I do always think that texture goes a long way, especially with blue glazes like this. And it's only because most of the blue glazes I see are phase separation glazes, and they play with texture really well, especially when they're thick. So I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you. I really appreciate your entry. Truly magnificent. Our next entry is Sharon. Nope, not gonna pronounce that last name. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. America is doing enough wrong right now. I'm not gonna add to that. I'm just gonna, Sharon. You're the only Sharon, so you know who you are. We have one full video here. It is 2 minutes. It is a human being, I can tell you that. We'll put the video up here. It looks like this person edited together their own video of them throwing it. God, a wheel in the house is wild. I understand that people don't have, because I'm very pro talking about having a third space or having spaces to work. But once you get a garage, it's a game changer, right? You can just haul that thing out. And as long as you're organized, you can have the garage as your workspace. Because I've had a wheel in like an apartment before, and it was not a fun time. I see some line work going on here in the video. Really good. Oh, really good. Really, really good. It looks like you brushed on a blue, either on the top or the bottom of a clear. I see that. Oh, that last one is good. The last one looks fantastic. Oh, a dragon? With the black clay? I do love black clay. Oh. Ah. I'd really like it if like all of you were bad except for a couple of people, so it'd be easy to choose a winner, but we have 3 really good contenders right now. Let's move on to entry number 10. This is from the Therapeutic Artistry of, oh my God, hold on. The Therapeutic Artistry of Pea Flower Tea on Facebook. It is a classic carafe, very good on the shape. Essentially a thinly thrown vase with like a spout at the end without a handle. You know what I mean? Like let's take a sidebar here. The difference in between a tumbler and a mug is just the handle. And that's how a lot of shapes are. Whenever someone's like, what's the difference in between this and that? First, you got to break it down by cultural boundaries, because what the difference in between a bowl in one place could be a completely different archetype based on utility in a different place, right? Like a ramen bowl and I guess what you would call like an American bowl are both bowls, but they have different utilities, different usages to them, right? And so even when we talk about carafes, we do have to talk about, that's a nice drip. We do have to talk about, you know, what's the difference in between a carafe in one place and the other. So we have this idealism of like what a carafe looks like just because. And I am sort of looking for one person to give me a carafe that is not the most stereotypical version of a carafe. But when you see one, you're like, okay, that's a carafe. Really good carafe, very standard carafe. I like the glaze job. It looks like you used Albany Slip Brown. It looks like you used Albany Slip Brown with something else. Please correct me down in the comments below if I'm wrong. Let's look at entry number 11, which is, this is Chobanero. This is Chobanero on Instagram. Oh. 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 Oh, hold on. Hold on. What are you doing to me, guy? What are you doing to me right now? This person made like 500 of these. What? And they edited their own video. I do appreciate when you guys edit the videos, just because it kind of streamlines the process. I would have definitely liked to see some making of them, But this is what I was talking about earlier. This person made a bunch of different shapes, sizes of carafes, and they're all different colors. Almost none of them have spouts on them, which you would usually expect from a carafe, but that doesn't mean that you have to. A lot of them look like sake bottles, to be honest. I would accept this as a carafe. The previous one where it looks like you could just put like a cigarette on it, not so much. These I could take. These I could take. This is a really good entry. Oh God, I wish, like I said before, I wish a couple of you guys were so bad that I would be like, ah. That's the thing too, is that my editor has most likely already gone through the entries that didn't meet the requirements for the Dirty Potter Challenge number 5. So these are actually all the really good posts, right? So the ones that just didn't follow instructions or something like that, they just kind of didn't make it through. You know, I think we're gonna have to choose a winner from these. Let's do, oh, this is really hard actually. Hold on, let me look over them again. I think I'm gonna choose entry number 9, which is Sharon from YouTube. It was beautifully edited. To be honest, the thing that really caught me was the very final entry. This dragon carafe thing you got going on here, I don't know what you used for the glaze, but it's beautiful. It truly is magnificent. You used black clay. I see nice drippy texture. It looks like you put dragon scales on there. You did the basic carafe form. You did exactly what I asked you to do as far as a carafe shape goes. It wasn't some otherly strange shape. It's nice. It's not too bulky. It's nice and elegant. I got a final product here. It's all the things that I asked for. And so Sharon, please contact me on Instagram at earthnationceramics.com to get your address, which I would delete as soon as I give you your prize. You will be the winner of not only the clay print, but a 5-pound, I think it's actually 10 pounds, increment of Low Tide from Amico in powdered form. Congratulations, Sharon, you are the winner of Dirty Potter Challenge number 5. Keep posted for Dirty Potter Challenge number 6. You can put comments down below to suggest whatever you want, and maybe I'll take them into consideration. I do sort of already have a thing that I want to do for Dirty Potter Challenge number 6, but it's in between like making your own glaze, which I know nobody would like that, because like 10% of the pottery community does that, and mixing colors to some extent, like who can make the best book combo, something glaze oriented. Just as a precursor, that's kind of what I'm thinking of right now. Unless you guys have other ideas, please post them in the comments below. Thank you very much for all your entries. I hope to see you for Dirty Potter Challenge number 6, and I will see you, Dirty Potters, next week.
Thank you for your patronage.